this is James from the Free Project, and you know what? Let me show you how subtle the enemy is. Now, my wife got this book from the church bookstore, and this is how subtle the enemy is, but yet in your face. And like I've always said on this channel, they're coming after your children, and the whole purpose is to groom the next generation. I've said that many times, over and over, year after year. So let me tell you. All right, so here's this book right here, Hotel Bruce by Ryan T. Higgins. Ryan T. Higgins. The name of the book is Hotel Bruce. And so I'm just going to start reading this book to you, and I don't have to go too far in order for you to see what's actually happening. Now, this book came out of a church bookstore, and mind you, I don't believe that they knew what was actually in the book or in these first few pages, so I don't blame them. It just is what it is, and people not necessarily paying attention. But it's in our ignorance, and I say ignorance not as a put down, but just in not knowing. It's in our ignorance that we open up those doors to the enemy to be able to infiltrate the minds of our children, because my kid actually had a question with regards to this. So let me read this right here. So it's about a bear. All right, so here we go. So it's called Hotel Bruce, Ryan T. Higgins. So it says, Bruce was a bear who lived with 4 geese, reluctantly. And it shows Bruce all mad and everything. And then the next line says, but Bruce was their mom, which meant every winter he migrated with them to the south. And it shows a whole bunch of noise and the kids, you know, all the animals looking crazy and just doing a whole bunch of things. Now, during the winter, bears, they hibernate during the south. As it says, during the winter time, it says he would have preferred to hibernate. Now, next page, again, it says migration and motherhood is hard work for a bear. Okay, so that's 2 references to saying mom and motherhood and using the pronoun of he and his and referring to Bruce as a bear, but it keeps referring to Bruce as a mom as opposed to a father. Now, what would be the problem with saying Bruce is a father as opposed to mother and using fatherhood instead of motherhood? You see how slick that is? And so my wife told me that she started reading it, and she didn't know, and she picked up, she started reading it, and she was like, whoa, wait a minute. And she said that Jack said, Mom, you know, how can he be a bear named Bruce, but he's a mom? And so my 4-year-old knows that there was something not right about that. And so my wife was like, oh, wait a minute now. And so it's in kids' books, that they are literally coming after your children, which is why, you know, you think of things like this Drag Time Story Hour and all these new drag queen kids that are popping up. You have to see what is happening, what's going on. It is an intentional operation to get your kids inducted into the life of homosexuality and all of this confusion with regards to gender. I mean, it's intentional. And for all the celebrities and people who try to push this, it's a real sad case where we are nowadays. It is a real sad case, and no one wants to talk about it and tell the truth about what's really going on. So anyway, I want to let y'all know that. So if you ever run across this book right here, Hotel Bruce by Ryan T. Higgins, and you are a conservative believer and you believe that, you know, if it's going to have reference a man in the book, then the man, and he's taking care of the children, he should be referenced as a father and not a mother or motherhood or call him mom. It is just right. And we don't even have to go into anything political. It's just right. All right, so anyway, this is James from the Free Project. Remember, Jesus Christ is Lord. Pay attention to what's going on, because if you don't, your kids are going to have questions. All right? Well, holla. Bye.